Today I'm going to share a delicious recipe and I'm going to show you how to make fresh gnocchi with a beautiful cherry tomato and fennel sauce. Super simple, absolutely delicious, perfect for a midweek supper. So first of all, we need to make the gnocchi. Now, fresh potato gnocchi is what we're talking about. All I've done is bake these potatoes till they're soft. That's it, okay? It's really, really easy. Many of you will have had shop-bought gnocchi. Fresh is completely different, okay? Once you've had fresh gnocchi, you kind of realise, actually, it's quite simple, but it's almost a different product. So all I'm doing is cutting the jacket potatoes in half. Now, if you've got mashed potato left over from a dinner the night before, you could use that. Perfect. But I like to use little jacket potatoes that kind of aren't big enough for jacket potatoes, but are big enough for this. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just with a spoon, I'm going to take my masher. Well, this is like a potato ricer. This is like the perfect piece of kit to make the ultimate lump-free mash. You will always get beautiful mashed potato out of this. You don't need to worry about a masher. Just scoop your potatoes in. It's good to do this when the potatoes are kind of lukewarm rather than like steaming hot, because you don't want the moisture from the potato. You want to give them a bit of time to dry out, because that would make better gnocchi. Okay, so that's enough for the first one. So all we need to do is just pop that in and you'll see we just get absolutely perfect mash. I love mash. There's something very comforting about mashed potato, isn't there?
Yeah.
Right, and then any of that that's stuck to the top, pop that in there. And again, just scoop your potato into the ricer. Like gnocchi?
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it,
You make gluten-free gnocchi, don't you?
yeah, I've done it before, yeah.
Yeah. Work all right?
Yeah, you just got to watch out for the ratios. I normally add a little bit more flour just because it doesn't necessarily absorb very well.
Right. Good tip.
So, but no, it tastes exactly the same.
It's almost like the less flour, the better the gnocchi. The challenge is to make gnocchi dumplings, but without too much flour. Otherwise, they get tough.
Yeah.
Because you're developing the gluten, I think. I remember having gnocchi in the island of Capri, off the Bay of Naples, and it was the most amazing gnocchi I'd ever had in my life. And that's kind of what sent me on a quest to work out how to make it really good. And I don't think it's one of those that you can make in advance. You just got to make it and have it and enjoy it. It doesn't keep very well. I've tried doing it on like menus in restaurants and stuff, and it's never quite as nice as when you just do it.
Yeah.
Right, last one. Okay, so let's get this potato mashed. There we go. Right, let's get rid of that. Now, do not throw these away. Get them in your air fryer, spray them with a bit of oil, some spices, some paprika, some salt, some cumin. Absolutely delicious, dipped in hummus. Okay, so we don't need that. Right, so we've got a mashed potato. We're going to add a couple of bits. I'm going to add some fresh nutmeg because it just gives a really lovely flavour. Quite unique, but really, really nice. Don't overdo it. Want like quarter of a nutmeg. That's it. And freshly grind it. Oh, I love nutmeg. Right, little pinch of salt. Okay, so we're not mixing anything yet. A little bit of Parmesan. This is going to give a nice flavour and a bit of richness to it. Keep the Parmesan out because you're going to want it in a minute once we get going on the sauce. There we go. Right, and now I want 3 egg yolks. Okay, let me just grab a bowl. So, 1 egg yolk. 2. There we go. 3 egg yolks. Right, so we've got my 3 egg yolks in there. Now we're just going to add a little bit of flour. I'm probably going to add a tablespoon to begin with. You can always add a little bit more. You can't take it away. And then just start to mix that together. Okay, so I want to add a little bit more flour. So I'm going to add another tablespoon. So we've gone for like 2 tablespoons now. And that should definitely be enough. Okay, right. I'm just going to put that to one side and just let it rest while my pan of water comes up to the boil. And while we're doing that, let's start on the sauce, okay? So we're going to make a really simple sauce. I've got some cherry tomatoes, banging season in the summer. I've got some fresh fennel, which I absolutely love. And I want to get that in first because this is like a root vegetable almost and it needs to cook. It needs a bit of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it quite fine and almost treat it like an onion. So we slice it up and then we dice it the other way. Fennel and tomato work really, really well together. They're like best friends and it really works. An onion, too strong, too savoury for this dish. So just run your knife through it. The smaller you can chop your fennel, the quicker it will cook and the easier it will be. Yes, Lola, can you hear my knife chopping? Hey? I don't think you'd like fennel. Maybe she would. I feel like Pip had fennel once. Right, in with some olive oil. Okay. Right, and then get your fennel in straight away. Let's add a little bit of salt on there and that'll just help it all cook down nicely. And while that's cooking, we'll chop our garlic and our chilli. Again, just lovely combination of flavours, nice and simple, all going to work together really, really nice. So in with your garlic. If you love garlic, put a bit more in. If you love chilli, put loads in. It's entirely up to you. It's just a really nice sort of light summer pasta dressing really, more than a big heavy sauce. So actually you taste everything. So in with the chilli. Just get that going. So while that's going, we've got these beautiful little orange cherry tomatoes. They're really sweet, these. So we're just going to cut these in half while our fennel's going. Oh, Lola's desperate for a tomato, aren't you? Not sure you're allowed. Okay, and then I've got some cherry tomatoes. They're a little bit ripe, if I'm honest, but perfect for this. You wouldn't necessarily want them in a salad because they're a bit squishy, but they'll be perfect for this. So any tomatoes that you've got. Now, if you haven't got fresh tomatoes or you're watching this bang in the middle of winter, just get a tin of good quality chopped tomatoes and pour it through a sieve and kind of catch the juices and put those to one side and just use the flesh of the tomato from a tin. It'll be really good. Great alternative for the winter. Okay, you like tomatoes, don't you? Have a try them. They're really sweet. They're lovely. My granddad used to grow those.
Oh, I love them. They've got loads of flavour, haven't they?
Yeah, the yellow ones are all sort of yellowy orange ones are really nice. Right, so what you want is that you want the fennel to soften, okay? So what I'm going to do is crank the heat up. I've kind of finished frying it, okay? I'm going to add some white wine and that will kind of stop the frying process.
Oh,
Okay.
that's satisfying pop, isn't it?
And then add in some white wine. And this is going to deglaze the pan, but deglaze it with flavour, which is what we want. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of Parmesan in there, because we're going to make an emulsification, which is kind of the nice light summer sauces rather than big heavy ones. They're more like dressings than sauces, I think. And the cherry tomatoes will go in towards the end, because what we don't want to do is cook them right down. We just want to warm them through. Okay. So we're going to add a little bit of butter as well. So like 50 grams, that'll do. It's just a little bit. That salted butter goes in there. Get rid of that, done. And then I've got some fresh parsley here. I'm just getting things ready on my board, okay? So that when we get to cook the gnocchi, because that's the important bit, and it's time critical, because you need to really just concentrate on your gnocchi when we get to that point. Okay. There is our parsley ready. And we will grate a little Parmesan in towards the end. Okay. Smells good. Right. Okay, so get our gnocchi. Right. The easiest way to do gnocchi, I think, is in a piping bag. Okay? And I'll show you. Often I will just do it by hand and I'll roll them into little pieces. But I thought I'd show you another way to do it, which is a little bit easier. Right, let's knock that right down. So what we're going to do is grab some scissors and I'm going to snip like a 1 to 2 centimetre hole on the end. And then I've got a pan of salted boiling water here. Our sauce is about ready. And all we're going to do is this. Squeeze, snip, snip. So it means you don't have to add any extra flour and change the dynamic of the recipe. Okay?
That might actually help with doing the gluten-free ones. So like
I was thinking, as I was doing it, I was thinking that will probably make it, you know, it's far less stressful. And a lot of people sort of say to me, oh, it's hard to make fresh gnocchi. But actually, doing it this way, it's not so hard. There we go. That's it. Done. No stress. Nice and easy. Okay, so let's take our cherry tomatoes, because as soon as that gnocchi starts to float to the top, we're done. Okay, parsley in. And what I'm going to do is just steal a little bit of water from my gnocchi. Not too much, just a little bit, just to kind of loosen it all out. Get everything going. Okay, let's get rid of that. See, that just needs to come together. Right. Let me grab you one of these. Have a little taste of this, Emily. See what you think. Have a little taste of that. Just should be just really nice and summery.
Yeah, it's really fresh.
Yeah. And then you can see the gnocchi is just starting to come to the top. Let's grab a dish. As soon as they start to float to the top, that's when they're going to be cooked. So these will be the first ones. So there you can lift out, get a decent sized spoon with slotted holes on there. Lift and just gently. And what the important thing is, don't stir the tomato pasta dish, okay? Because the gnocchi is very delicate, more delicate than pasta. So all you need to do is we're going to just shake the pan. We're not going to put our spoon in there. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. We okay on that one, Emily?
Yeah.
Yeah? So all I'm going to do is just toss it like that. Okay? And that dressing, that emulsification, is just kind of lapping over the gnocchi. And it's porous and it's kind of going, it's just drinking that fennel and wine and garlic and chili. Okay? And then, and only then, do we grab a spoon and just kind of shake it on. Don't go wading in there, because you will just break it all up. And that is what we do not want to do. We just want a really nice, delicate little pillows of gnocchi like that, yeah? Right, now just finish it with fresh parmesan. So we just put a little bit in the sauce. And there you go. That is how you make the most delicious, fresh homemade gnocchi with a simple fennel, chili, garlic, and tomato sauce. Absolutely delicious. You have got to try this one.